Hi everyone, I'm Julia Bileski. I'm the author of Leading with Grace, Cultivating Hope, Authenticity, and a Focus on People Throughout the Leadership Lifespan. I'm a district leader, a former elementary principal, and a general lover of leadership, and we're here for another Fireside chat tonight. Tonight we're going to talk all about communication, specifically responsiveness. Chapter 4 in Leading with Grace is all about communicating with grace. And in chapter 4, I talk about responsiveness, its importance in communication, but I also talk about the responsiveness trap and what happened to me when I fell into the responsiveness trap as a leader and some of the things that I did to get out of that. So I'm going to read a little bit from the book, and then we're going to talk all about some hacks for getting out of the responsiveness trap. So while responsiveness has many benefits, there are definite pitfalls of being too responsive as a leader. We can easily become trapped by our own responsiveness. This was a challenging lesson that I learned early on in my time as a principal. I was so stuck on the idea that responding immediately to each and every email and phone call I received, or pausing what I was doing to answer a staff member's question, made me a good communicator. As a result, I fell too easily into the responsiveness trap. The more responsive I was, the more others expected me to be available to them. If I replied to an email within the hour, the next time someone would expect me to respond even sooner. If I was unavailable to take a phone call or to speak with a parent who had stopped into the office with a question, it seemed as though I was failing to communicate. Whatever I did, it never seemed like enough. I needed to learn to manage expectations around communication, my own and others. So this is the responsiveness trap. We do our very best to get back to people as quickly as possible, to be visible and present in our communication. And sometimes with certain people, that can teach them that we will always be available to them at all hours of the night, over the weekends, all the time, never ending. And so what I did to get out of the responsiveness trap when I fell into it is I would leverage the technology that was available right in Microsoft Outlook. I would use the schedule send feature, and many email platforms have this feature. This way, if I got an email and I knew the answer to the question right away, or maybe it was a low-level question that was just something very simple and basic to respond to, I would respond to the email, I would save it in drafts and use the schedule send feature to send it at a later time that was more appropriate. This was especially helpful when I was responding to emails in the evenings and on weekends, and I maybe didn't necessarily want the person on the other end of the email to expect that I would always respond to them during those hours. And so I found that to be a really helpful hack. If you want to learn more about communication or you liked what you heard, please check out my book, Leading with Grace. The link is in the notes. Thanks, and I'll see you for our next Fireside chat soon.